ازيك يا دكتور مصطفى؟
الحمد لله والله دكتور عيسى.
بس بغيت اشوف الابتسامه بس.
We're sitting next to each other in the same beach.
Some people are at the same beach, yeah. It should be forbidden.
Yeah, it's not Ramadan, huh?
Our valuable guests and audience from around the world, we are very happy to have you here with us in the closing ceremony to celebrate with us the success of the 4th edition of the Global Conference on Artificial Intelligence and the Internet of Things.
Frankly, this edition of the conference was the most challenging one. The conference was planned to take place in Dubai, but due to the COVID-19 situations and the safety measurements, the steering committee decided to make it a virtual conference, to make it accessible to everyone around the world from their homes or offices.
This decision was made in light of the theme of this year's of the conference, as our theme this year is digital transformation and beyond. So we are embracing our theme and we are adopting the new norms, because the technical conferences or the conferences in general won't be the same from now on.
Despite of the challenge, our talented team of volunteers could make it through all the difficulties. Personally, I started to feel that virtual conferences are more challenging than the physical ones.
But all the conference attendees on different platforms didn't see what is happening behind the stage. We had more than 20 volunteers here, and it was like a beehive. Every group of volunteers are working on different tasks, and they are trying to make a lively studio and integrating different platforms and different applications to deliver the best output or the best value for the conference attendees from around the world.
We tried our best not to let any disturbance appear to the conference attendees, and we do apologize if any session had a technical issue for a couple of minutes or so. We had precise planning and contingency actions.
Having this said, I'd like to emphasize that the virtual conference concept made it more possible or easier to invite more people from around the world. We had more than 130 speakers and authors from around the world. These speakers and authors came from more than 40 countries from different continents. We are almost covering the 7 continents of the world. These speakers and authors were covering more than 45 hours of content and insightful talks and discussions and paper presentations over 5 days of the whole conference, from last Saturday to today, Wednesday.
Yeah, and actually the conference had new activities this year, as the conference committee proposed to add the IEEE 5G Summit to shed light on the advancements taking place in the communications landscape, and also added the Women in Tech Summit to highlight the women's role and impact on the tech scenes around the world.
And the conference is capitalizing on the concept of the triple helix. This concept is trying to make different interactions and engagement between academia, industry, and government. That's why we have 2 tracks in the conference: the technical track for paper presentations and poster competitions, and this track is for researchers. And the second track is called industry and government track. This track is made for practitioners to get people from academia, industry, and government to talk together and listen to discussions from different perspectives. And now we can say the conference is adapting the Triple Helix exhibition to make it more possible for people to adopt to Industry 4.0 technologies in a way that can make more advancements in these technology scene.
Yeah, and by this being said, the organizing team has made a short video highlighting some of the conference shots over the past 5 days, and they'd like to share it with you.
Is it Zoom? Is it Eventus? Or is it network? Which one of the 3?
It is the network, Doctor.
We can provide it by the end of the conference, not in the opening. We see it in the opening already.
Like I said, you know, people get nervous on digital. You can't wait for 2 minutes. But it's physical, they will accept 15 minutes.
So let's forget about 5G, about IP version 6 and go back.
ممكن نبدأ التوكس محمد. We can start talks and after that the video, no problem. By the end of the the closing.
I think Isa didn't understand you. So, so Mohammed is proposing that we start our session, our closing set, and then it will be presented afterwards.
Yeah.
Sorry for the technical issue. And now we're back.
You are the highlights.
Okay, back to the video. Everything was going well, but Zoom quit unexpectedly. I think this is an issue with the bandwidth or so, but we're going through it now.
Maybe we should take down our videos. Let's click out the videos.
Does L means latency?
that is latency. Yeah.
And now, please welcome with me the different activities it shares, starting by Dr. Mustafa Al-Na'na'i, who is a professor in the Islamic University in Medina in Saudi Arabia, and he is the technical chair of the conference. Please welcome with me Dr. Mustafa Al-Na'na'i to talk to us about the technical track of the conference.
Thank you, Muhammad, for the introduction. So I'd like to say also that I'm a professor of Alexandria University, professor of computer engineering at Alexandria University, and currently affiliated with Islamic University in Medina. It was my pleasure to chair the technical track for this edition and also the previous edition. This year, we had 4 tracks. The IoT applications and services, connectivity and security of IoT and 5G with 5G, IoT electronics and signal processing, IoT and AI track. So that was the 4 tracks. And one of the main differences from the previous edition is that we had a well-known, well-repeated chair for each of these tracks. So I would like first to thank all the track chairs that we had in this edition. Dr. Sami Tawab, who was the technical track chair for the IoT applications and services. He is an associate professor in James Madison University in the United States. Dr. Muhammad Abdul Hafiz, he is an associate professor in United Arab Emirates University. He was the technical track chair for the connectivity and security of IoT with 5G. Dr. Muhammad Baidas, who is an associate professor in Kuwait University. He was the track chair for the IoT electronics and signal processing, and Dr. Yahya Al-Khatib. He is an associate professor in Lancaster University in the United Kingdom, and he was the track chair for the IoT and AI tracks. This year, despite the challenge of COVID-19, we have kept our good number of papers and almost the same acceptance rate. So in this year, we have received 71 papers. That was the total number of submissions, and 29 of them have been accepted as a full paper, and 2 have been accepted as a poster, with an acceptance ratio in the 40s, which is almost the same of the previous 2 years. But in this edition, we had very high quality papers in the technical tracks. And we had a good number of papers from outside the MENA region also, with some of them co-authored by authors from the MENA region, but some of them have been attracted from outside the MENA region. So in this year, the top country that has submitted papers in this edition was the USA and UK, and then India, and then the United Arab Emirates, and then Brazil. That's in terms of the number of authors. So that was a very good sign for us. And for the authors per country or region, the Europe, Middle East, and Africa was the top. That's for the total number of authors, with 88 authors. And then by Europe, that was 57 authors. Asia, we had 45 authors, and then the Middle East and Africa was 31 authors. So I believe that was a good sign that we have expanded since the previous 2 editions to more and approached more authors from all over the world. Our numbers kept almost the same for the 2 last years. So for 2018, the total number of submitted papers to the conference was 65. Last year it was 74, and this year was 72. So I believe we kept the good numbers, despite the fact that this year was a very challenging year with the corona virus hitting almost all the conferences. We also had a poster competition, and the chair for the poster competition was Dr. Mohammed Abdel Hafiz, Associate Professor of United Arab Emirates, in United Arab Emirates University. And the total number of posters submitted to the conference and to the poster challenge was 26 posters. After the first round, we have accepted 22, and the finalist was 9, and we had 4 posters picked as the winning posters in the poster challenge. For the first place, we have let's start with the third place. So for the third place, we have the poster submitted by Otostu Ishinga is from the Graduate School of Science and Technology, Nara Institute of Science and Technology. And then the poster name is Autobus Driver Evaluation System using digital tachograph data and static road features. For the second place, we have 2 posters have been winning the second place. First one is by Li Quan Hing. The title was Event-Based Reconstruction Methodology for Student Behavior Analysis in Classroom. He's affiliated with Intel Microelectronics in Malaysia. And the second poster in the second place was by Dibrosi Baso. And the title was Inhale Intelligent Healthcare Architecture Using AI-Based Priority Scheduling Mechanism in BSDN-Driven Edge Network. And he's affiliated with Indian Institute of Technology. And the winning of the first place is Wael Ahmed. And the title of the poster is IoT Ready Millimeter Wave Radar Sensor. And he is affiliated with Leibniz Institute for Innovative Microelectronics in Germany. So again, I would like to thank all the chairs of the different tracks that we had in the technical part, all the reviewers. We had more than 40 reviewers from all over the world who helped us in reviewing the papers in, I believe, in a very good time duration. And I would like to thank the organizing committee and the steering committee of this conference. I believe this year edition was very challenging, but again, it was very, very fantastic in terms of the number of speakers from all over the world who have joined the conference and gave very fruitful and useful presentations. So I'd like to thank you, and we'll give the mic back to Mohammed Abdulain. And thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Na'anai. And we are looking forward to the next edition of the conference under your supervision with new technical topics, coping with the technology advancements, and looking forward to the next year, inshallah.
Yeah, and after the technical track, we move now to the industry and government track, starting by the IEEE 5G Summit.
Yes.
Okay, from the virtual studio of the IEEE 5G Summit, I'd like to welcome Dr. Latif Ladid, the founder and president of IPv6 Forum and the chair of 5G World Alliance. The summit had a number of keynote by top tech leaders from around the world. Dr. Latif is the chair of the IEEE 5G Summit. You have the floor, Dr. Latif, to share with us your note. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'd like to extend my congratulations for producing an excellent and first-class conference, especially in these tough times. And you can be very proud of your achievements, because normally it takes years to achieve, a status of flagship conference. And I can declare that this is the flagship conference for the Arab world. I'm a member of many other conferences, and I know one which is run by an Egyptian friend. He's professor at University of Jeddah, Mr. Ibrahim Omari, and he's organizing a very famous conference called ICC MIT, but he holds it always only in Europe and never in the Middle East or in Egypt. And he attracts about 600 papers. So I'm going to insist this time that you would join us, to get all these members to join us, to make a stronger conference next year. As I mentioned by the introduction, we have not saved any effort, to attract the best technologists from around the world. One from Japan, who is the co-chair, he's the chair of the 3GPP RAN technical group, designing basically release 16 and the upcoming release 17. Unfortunately, it was delayed now to 2022. So that all of these latency and machine learning and so on will be a bit delayed because of the coronavirus. As well as from China, we have an expert on IPv6. And then Dr. Qin Yi is most probably the best expert on 5G deployment for mobile operators. She's the most respected keynote speakers in IEEE around the world. I was very pleased to win her for this one. Then we had the two Europeans, one major project from Finland on 6G. I think they will discover something beyond what we have discussed in the conference. So to look at how we can use, let's say, terahertz and the likes beyond what we are doing now in 5G. But for the time being, it's complementary to 5G. So that work is really important. And the European Commission is taking on the lead on 6G as well. Then we had George Pereira, who talked to us about how autonomous driving can be handled, especially in an environment like Europe. We cannot, mess around with industry, so you have to do it in peripheral areas where nobody is there. There is no business case, so that's why, looking at the boundaries and doing inter-op of autonomous driving. So I would expect that the Gulf countries, states, will be able to do autonomous interoperability between each other. So between the UAE, Oman, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait, to make sure that the same thing that we are doing in Europe is going to be done over there as well. And then we had three speakers. Unfortunately, Magdi could not join us. He somehow was kind of confused about the dates, so he thought it was yesterday. But we had two speakers. One specifically, this is the one I would like you to look into, especially those that are looking at blockchain. So he clearly stated that blockchain does not preserve your privacy. Okay, so don't get into blockchain unless you look at the privacy issues which are abundantly clear, infringing even the European Commission GDPR. So privacy has to be built into blockchain, otherwise don't use it. Okay, so this is really a fundamental piece of finding that they have done. And they have an extensive paper and also demos on this. So you can download the demos, especially at your labs or university, to do that. And then obviously the speech from our friend Riyad Hartani spoke about the satellite importance, especially for remote areas and developing nations and so forth. I think that would be fundamental down the road, to combine 5G and satellite at the same time, and to look at these unfavored areas. And then, as of late, Dr. Soumya Sharkawi talked about the importance of artificial intelligence in the edge computing. So I think you had a cocktail of topics from some of the relevant researchers, as well as some people that have written fundamental papers on this one. So I think we have achieved a high rate, a level of technical knowledge, and I applaud you for having run the conference despite the little hiccups that we had with the video and access. Although you have managed to fix all of this, so this experience is going to be fundamental for the next event. So again, congratulations, under the leadership of one of the most awesome presidents of any university in the world that can spell out IPv6 without breaking his tongue. You are the first university president to have talked about IPv6, and I hope a lot of other presidents will join you in this great event in front of us. Thank you. Back to the moderator.
And here from the Women in Tech Summit, I would say it has been a great ride. The Women in Tech Summit was a very strategic component added to the IEEE GC IoT for the first time this year. Keynotes and panels shed the light on achievements and best practices for women leaders in information and communication technology, in addition to discussing challenges that are currently being faced in their sectors and potential approaches to address them. I would now leave the floor to Dr. Busaina Tuledi, the chair of the Women in Tech Summit in the conference. She's also chairwoman of the IEEE Women in Engineering in the United Arab Emirates. Please welcome with me Dr. Busaina for sharing her notes.
Thank you, Lamia. Thank you, everyone. It was a very successful event. We had 24 speakers. We had 3 keynotes. We had 4 panel discussions. Something that we can recommend, or some thoughts about the Women in Tech Summit. Basically, I would like to share with you, I took some notes here, some statistics that Dr. Lubna Qarwi was talking about today during her keynote in Women in AI, that 74% of STEM workers are male and only 20% of them are female. 20% of women comprise more than 20% of engineering school graduate, and yet only 11% of practicing engineers are women. And out of 100 female bachelor students, 12 graduate with STEM major, but only 3 continue to work in STEM fields 10 years after graduation. So it is always the same problems that we are facing as women in tech. We would like to have more women in STEM, and we want the women to stay in the STEM field. Now, since we are tackling AI and digital transformation, women in AI and digital transformation are very well underrepresented. We need to invite more women in the tech field, in AI and digital transformation. This is done. This is what discussion that was made through different panel discussion. Basically, I'm just taking a summary here, is to have more role models through conferences like this. Women will see some role models and would like to stick to a STEM field and a STEM job. We need to have more leadership roles for women. And also maybe we can introduce AI into the school curriculum, and there are a lot of speakers talked about a lot of programs done to enhance and to make girls in high school aware of AI and even introduce them in the curriculum. Like it was said in this conference, AI is the new electricity, so we need to make sure women and girls will take part of this. And I would like to thank all our speakers. They did an amazing job, and hopefully next year we'll be face to face. And I would like to thank everyone. Thanks.
Last but not least, I would like to welcome Mr. Suhaib Sheikh, the IEEE Region 8 Vice Chair of Technical Activities and the Chair for the Industry Summit in this conference. He worked with the Industry Summit Board on developing a diverse program with renowned figures from different industries to share with the conference attendees how the practitioners are capitalizing on digital advancements. Mr. Suhaib, the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much. First of all, I have to say I was admiring Dr. Ladid and Dr. Al-Nani's background. It's not as vibrant here in London. It's quite gloomy, so I was enjoying a bit of artificial sunlight in their background. I would like to start by firstly congratulating the organizing team. I have a number of hats in my professional life as well as voluntary life. And one of the things I do is I'm the vice chair of technical activities for IEEE Region 8, which is Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And under my purview, IEEE conferences in this region come in. And throughout the year, we were working with a lot of conference organizers, and they did face a number of issues going from physical to virtual. But I would like to commend the organizers here. The transition to a virtual event has been very seamless and quite professional. So well done on that. Going on the industry summit side, one of the key reasons we embarked upon a journey for this industry summit as part of GCA IoT was to ensure that we could provide practical use cases and knowledge from the industry to industry practitioners. And this was the second edition of the industry summit as part of this conference. And we have grown leaps and bounds. This year, we had a total of 8 panels and 5 keynote speakers focused on various facets of artificial intelligence and IoT. We started off with delving a bit into the smart cities side of things and to see what challenges they are facing. We had participation from various smart city stakeholders from the region, including the Saudi megacity Neom, and they provided a lot of very useful insights to our participants in terms of the challenges they are facing. We had a brilliant plenary and keynote session by Dr. Tommaso Gechelin on the self-driving vehicles ecosystem. So a lot coming on that front. And we have a very, very deep and interesting talk on redefining the boundaries and harnessing technical innovation to drive digital transformation by engineer Samuel Zubi, the CTO of Cisco in Middle East and Africa. The crux really was around all of these talks and around all of these discussions that digital transformation has been gathering pace since the last decade. But COVID-19 introduced a number of challenges, but also a number of opportunities, and how companies, cities, organizations, and governments are taking advantage of that. And I hope our speakers were able to give you a very clear perspective of some of that in this region. Our speakers hailed from not only Middle East, but also from South Asia, from Europe, and from America. So quite a diverse background. And perhaps this was a silver lining to having this conference virtually, because we were able to attract such good minds to this conference to present. Lastly, I would like to sort of go on and thank my team who have been helping us throughout the last 8 months. Mohammed Aboud has been very helpful, Faisal Al-Khaldi, Mohammed Shaldil, Mohammed Khwaja, and Abu Alanin. But more importantly, I would also like to thank Dr. Isa Bestaki Engineer Robert Beerwolf, and Dr. Fatma Tahir for all of their support for the industry summit in this conference. And we hope to bring you an even more interesting, holistic, and insightful industry summit next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Suhaib. And now I want to thank all our esteemed chairs and their teams who really did a great job in comprising an insightful and rich program for the conference. I'd also like to thank the hosts of the different activities and the team behind the screens.
And now we're going to our dear friend, Robert Beerwolf, the Vice President for Conferences at IEEE Technology and Engineering Management Society, IEEE TEMS. Hi, Robert. Please open your mic and start your note.
Yes, thank you. I hope I can be heard well. My Zoom indication says yes, so I trust it'll be true. Thank you once more, now then, for allowing me to say a few words in this closing address. Indeed, the IEEE Technology and Engineering Management Society, or TEMS in short, has a so-called field of interest, which augments all of the change of technology that's progressing at a continuously increasing speed with the management science part, both at the academic side and the application side. As TEMS, we try to be or become that bridge, and the conference to that end are a means of implementing such a bridge. So we sincerely hope to have fostered the dialogue amongst all the participants, the authors, the presenters, the panel members, the keynote speakers, all of you, because it's from the dialogue that we get more knowledge or more understanding and can share our knowledge and experience. So whether you are from a university, a public or a private organization or government, that is the reason to join. I had with me Dr. Sudhenda Kushik, who is my successor as VP of Conferences for IEEE TEMS, but I noticed he dropped off, which probably means that his mobile connection dropped out. Unlike in the Netherlands, where we are, I heard this morning, 4th or 5th at the World Economic Forum, rated to be able to get back out of this COVID crisis, because we have such a high digital infrastructure. In other countries, such as India, of course, that is not everywhere well, implemented yet. Personally, I always get a warm feeling when I notice the drive and the enthusiasm of all of the volunteers that are making the GCIT work and come to life. I remember I joined the second edition in 2018 in Alexandria, which probably means I had so-called first contact in 2017 with the team. And I sincerely really look forward to the 2021 edition, which will be your 5th and first lustrum edition, soon to come to life too. And hopefully then it'll be co-located at the UAE World Expo, which of course was originally planned for this year to happen too, right? But I need to praise and truly praise the team for your endurance, for your faith, and for your perseverance to make this 2020 edition come real. Despite the many different challenges that have been imposed and or have been triggered by COVID-19, this team dared to embark onto even a more uncertainty with engaging with a new innovative platform such as Event as Is, and having run multiple parallel virtual sessions. Who said it again? Every problem is an opportunity in disguise. I believe it was John Adams. And for sure, there have been glitches, and for sure, there are many issues to be learned from and to be taken care of into any next edition. However, I think it is this mindset and this attitude that needs to be appreciated and valued. This daring to innovate approach, all in support of a bigger goal, to support the development of the MENA region, to support its digital transformation, where IoT devices connected through 5G allow many new applications by embracing the AI, the intelligence to create value for your society 5.0 to come, and clearly implying an understanding and embracing that need for change. And for me to see and witness all this and to be able to play a tiny, small and modest role by merely facilitating a conference to foster the exchange of knowledge experience is then a simple thing to do without hesitation. And so really the only thing I can say is thank you. Thank you for your work and your effort. Thank you. Back to the moderator, please.
Many thanks.
Many thanks, Robert, for your kind words and continuous support over years. Thank you so much.
You're most
welcome. And the closing ceremony wouldn't be without having a word from our dear conference chair, Dr. Isa Al-Bastaki, the president of Dubai University. The mic is all yours, Dr. Isa.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I think I have the last say, and it's very difficult when I have such great committees that all of them have a great job. And I think you've been very successful. You are very highly qualified. I think we are lucky to have this kind of group. And I hope we continue have the same or add more. But nevertheless, it's an amazing team, and everybody does his or her job with passion. And that's the key, the passion that you have. All of you made this a real success. And if I start about COVID, I sent a question. I said, what will we remember when looking back at 2020? And I asked them, let me see, what are your thoughts? I said, mine is roar of technology, like a lion, roar of technology. Somebody said, radical change of work style. Another one said, life re-engineering. But one said a very controversial sentence, which I will now talk about or talk against it. He said, prison with wife. I said, it's the other way around, it's prison with husband. So anyway, but one thing said, 2020 made us appreciate the most important gift from God, which is health. So these are some of the things that I received. It seemed like 2020 was a year of technology disruption, I can call it. And people talked about the frontliners, talked about the medical doctors, the nurses, and the civil defense and the police. But they forgot the main defender of all, the unknown soldiers, technology. Without technology, economy would be stagnant for at least till now, maybe 12 months. It would be a catastrophe for the world. Without technology, nothing would work. But because of technology, education was done online, remotely, work was done online, anything, service was done online. Of course, the world were affected. But at the end, technology was the one that made the world at least maintain its economy, not sustain it, so that it can still go, the life can go on. We are lucky to be in that technology. And if I look at the 5G, look at the fourth industrial revolution, the first one was the industrial, the second one was mechanical automation, the third one was electronic mechanical automation, and the fourth was ICT automation. I think we are in the fifth, not fourth. I think we are in the fifth, which is the smart automation, which is artificial intelligence automation. So we are actually have started the fifth industrial revolution, and we're not in the fourth already. Because you're talking about, as Dr. Ladid was saying, blockchain. We look at blockchain, virtual reality, augmented reality, big data. Of course, virtual reality means having avatars you can do face-to-face. Talking about artificial intelligence, which is the backbone of every services given nowadays. Internet of Things. When I say Internet of Things, always IP version 6 is a big part of Internet of Things, and of course plus 5G. So this is something that will help each other to grow, and 5G is the backbone that will grow. We have robotics, biotechnology, nanotechnology, 3D printing, and cloud computing. And all of them, there's one technology that's of all, which is 5G. So I think we as technologists should be proud that we're giving services to the world, even though when there are crises. So the conference actually IEEE GCA IoT conference in Dubai is the fourth one, sorry. The first one is in 2017 in Alexandria. The second was 18 in Alexandria, and 19 was in Dubai, and 20 is in Dubai, but virtually. And we hope that next year, and I think we will be in Dubai in Expo 2020 in 2021. So this is the fourth edition of the conference. COVID has helped us actually to make the conference more efficient in terms of technology speaking, but in terms of socialing and have networking together, because you network with certain persons in a conference which is physical, you network with all the people that are in the conference. Maybe that's the only difference that we are going to have. We had 130 speakers from 40 countries, and it went for 5 days and with 44 hours. That means 9 hours per day. That's how it went. It was a big conference, a very successful conference, and the tracks was amazing. The tracks that they had, it was in the technical tracks. The technical track, there was the governmental track, there was the industrial summit, there was the IEEE 5G summit, there was the women in tech summit. But at the end, we said triple helix. I saw it quadra helix. It seemed like women are the fourth one. So it's not just three. Maybe you need to take care of women to make sure that whatever statistics you got from Dr. Buthaina, I think we need to really work hard so that the women who graduate as STEM to work in STEM. And in UAE, we are lucky we have that. And we saw in the conference, so many women were in UAE that were actually in STEM. So the conference is very interesting. We have also challenge, artificial AI, IoT, Arab AI IoT challenge, and today we'll announce the winner. We're going to have 2 more announcements coming. I think it was a very interesting conference. I'd like to thank everybody, Mr. Mohammed Aboud, Dr. Ladid, Mr. Mohammed Awain, and Dr. Mustafa, all of you, Dr. Sahib, all of you, Mr. Robert, everybody that worked hard, all the track chairs, all the chairs of the summits, you did an excellent job. I thank you all very much. Now I go to the moderator. Thank you all very much.
Much appreciated, Dr. Isa. We couldn't have reached it that far without your support. And before we move to the announcements part, I'd like to have a group photo or an online selfie with all of our esteemed attendees here on Zoom. So would you please open your cameras and smile?
عايزين سيلفي دكتور عيسى بقى اللي ينزل على السوشيال ميديا.
ان شاء الله بنزل ان شاء الله.
ان شاء الله.
اعطوني بنزل على طول ان شاء الله.
With the selfies, and this selfie would surely go on Dr. Isa's accounts, yeah.
But I have another selfie. Can you get the all let's see. Gallery, okay. I have my own selfie.
Okay.
Smile. Oh, smile, everybody. I think. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Done.
That's
We're waiting the photos.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. And now we come to the last part of the closing ceremony, where we share with you some announcements and some updates and some successes we would like to share with you. Part of the conference is the finals of the Arab IoT and AI Challenge. And now I will leave the floor to Mr. Mohammed Aboud, the program chair of the Arab IoT and AI Challenge, to announce the winners and share with us some updates about this challenge.
Assalamu alaikum. It is a pleasure to be with you and to make the last announcement about the winners of the Arab IoT and AI Challenge. I know Dr. Isa have another commitment, but we will take only 5 to 6 minutes to make the announcement of the winners and also to make the other two big announcements related to the GC IoT. Arab IoT and AI Challenge, this is the second round. We started this program 5 years ago as an Egypt IoT Challenge, but now it becomes the Arab IoT and AI, and this is the second round. It is not only a challenge that gives the opportunity for university students to compete, it is a complete program. We have a very big part of this program is related to knowledge and sharing experience and knowledge between all people who are interested in technology, IoT and AI. It is a knowledge hub. We have a big library and big contribution with many technical partners that provide us with a lot of content in Arabic and in different languages to be available for people who are interested in the IoT and the AI. We have 3 tracks for the IoT and the AI Challenge. We are running a competition for university students for graduation projects, another one for startups, and the last one for the high school students in the STEM, and most of them are doing a graduation project in STEM schools. Last year, we have 4 countries from the Arab region. We have United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Saudi, and Palestine. This year, we did the competition in 8 countries, in Egypt, Palestine, Jordan, Tunisia, Oman, Morocco, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi. There was a local finals in each country, and there was a winners in different tracks. It was a very good opportunity for students and for entrepreneurs and for school students to be engaged in this competition and to know more about these new technologies and to compete. And it was a very good experience. The total number of participants who participated in the challenge this year, 350 teams, 21 partners, 1,400 participants all over the region, 111 inspiration ideas and teams, 43 mentors, 31 judges. These numbers for all the competitions run all over the region. We run in 8 countries. The teams who arrived to the finals is 21 teams. We have 64 participants, 6 judges. Now we are going to the most important part, which is announcing the winners of the Arab IoT and AI Challenge second round.
Mr. Aboud, I'd like to add something here.
Yes,
for the winning teams, right after you are pronounced as a winner, you will have 30 seconds to open your mic and camera and to share with us a small note in 30 seconds about your win and about your experience with the challenge.
Okay.
Now moving to announcing the winners.
Okay. Now we will start with the track of the graduation projects. We got to the regional finals teams from Emirates and from Egypt. We have the winner for the outstanding team. We have 2 teams that got the first and second award in the Arab IoT Challenge for Graduation Project track. The second team is a man from United Arab Emirates. Do we have any representative from this team?
Aman?
Aman, yes, Aman. This is one of the teams, I think, from Fujairah.
Yeah.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
I'm very happy. Thank you for giving me the chance to participate in this great event. It was really exciting to learn more about all of those innovative ideas. And I hope I will attend more similar events in the future. I'm really appreciate everything. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. And for the first place from Egypt, Team AI Beacon.
تفضل.
Do we have representative from this team in our ceremony? AI Beacon.
Yes, we have Mahmoud. Can you hear us, Mahmoud, and join us?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you now. Thanks, guys. Thanks for this amazing experience. Thanks for letting us join this amazing competition. We've learned a lot. We without you guys, we couldn't have done, a thing of what we have accomplished. Thanks a lot again. It's been a pleasure. Everyone we have met until now has been of a great help to us. Thanks a lot. No matter what I said, we will always stay glad to you. We will always we will always remember this moment, and we are always happy to be with you. Thank you a lot.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Before going to startup track, as you know, and as we said, the Arab IoT and AI Challenge have 3 categories. One category for graduation projects, another one for startups, and we have another track for STEM schools. For STEM schools, it runs this year only in Egypt, but we hope in the coming years it will be expanded all over the Arab countries. So from the winners from the Egyptian AI and IoT Challenge, we selected the most prominent team. This is participated with us also in the judging panel yesterday. This team is from STEM schools toward a rubbish-free world. Do we have one from this team, Abu Anin?
Yes, we have Alia and Yusra. One of them will join us right away.
Okay. Actually, it was a very amazing year for STEM schools. All of the competition runs from the home, and they participate in the training. I think they can say more about their experience in getting training and mentorship remotely using the internet. Floor with you.
Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Okay, so it was a really great experience, but because of COVID and everything, it was a bit challenging, but yeah, we learned a lot.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Last but not least, we are going to announce now the winners of the startup track. This is the most track have participants from different countries. In this track, we got participants from Morocco, from Tunisia, from Egypt, from Jordan, from United Arab Emirates, and all of them competed for about 5 hours yesterday. The judges, it was difficult to select the best team than the most prominent teams, but finally there is the winners, and we are going to announce about the winners of the competition now. For the startup track, we have 3 winners: the first place, the second place, and the third place. And also we have another 2 special awards for the most outstanding startups and teams. We have the most outstanding startup because this is one of the best startup participated, but also they are existent since some time in the market and they are very mature. That's why they got the award of the most outstanding startups, Team Rafiq from Egypt.
Thank
We
you.
have, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Beto.
Thank you very much. I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and yes, I hope that you all. I'm really مرتبك شوية, بس I just want to say that thank you very much for choosing Rafiq for this opportunity, and this is not the end for us. We have supported 2 dialects in our virtual assistant. We hope that we support all of the MENA region dialects and provide the virtual assistant technology to be available in Arabic in localized experience for every country in the MENA region, and to be in many platforms like in-home and in-car assistance, and to change how Arabic-speaking people deal with technology and make it voice-enabled for all of us. Thank you very much for this. I really appreciate this.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the second special awards goes to a team from Tunisia that have a very good idea, but it needs more time and more effort to make it a commercial one, and they did a great job. This team is Bodo Save from Tunisia, the most promising idea. Do we have one?
Hello.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you all for this opportunity. It's such a great experience. We learned a lot. Thank you all. Thank you that you give us the opportunity to save the diabetic people all over the world. Thank you all. And we will take your advices in consideration, and we will improve ourselves. Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Then we are going to announce the top 3 winners. We will start from the third one to the second to the first one. For the third place, we have digital solution for efficient water demand management from Jordan. Third place.
Yes, we are waiting for Heba. Join us, Heba. Please unmute.
We will go fast. Okay.
Hi, everyone. You can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Heba.
Thank you. I'm very glad of being part of this competitions and this conference. It was really a great experience for us, and thank you for everyone for all the effort that you have put in this conference. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
For the second place, we have a team from United Arab Emirates, Tilawa by Data Lab.
Interesting.
There was a very successful team that participated this year in this competition.
Yes, we have Mina here, and he will join us. Mina, open your mic and camera.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. We want to see you also. Okay.
Yes. Hi. Well, it's such a pleasure. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And again, this is just the beginning. This is just the start. And happy to take this opportunity to leapfrog the region from Dubai, from Egypt, from everywhere. I think there is huge potential here, and happy to be part of it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
And now for the first place, it was a very amazing idea and very amazing team from Morocco, OmniSat. They have a very, very, very amazing idea that inspiring all of the judges, actually.
Hello. Yes, Saad.
Can you hear me? Thank you so much. It is a huge honor to be one of the winners. This competition taught us a lot of things, and we are so grateful for it. Also, we are very happy and delighted that the space industry is getting the recognition it needs. Thank you so much one more time for this opportunity. And trust me, Omnisat is going to be a lot bigger than you actually thought. Thank you so much once more.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
To finish, we have a very quick two announcements. I would like to invite Dr. Mohammed Shadid and to invite Mohandas Hisham Wahbi and to invite Dr. Isa Bastaki to make the first announcement about the new initiative that comes out from this conference. Dr. Isa, can you speak about the announcement?
Yes, as we had, before we had Arab Egypt IoT and AI challenge, then we had Arab, and now we're going to start, inshallah, Africa IoT and AI official announcement. So this is the announcement. We are officially announcing that we'll start from now Africa. We are growing. One day we'll go to the world. Yes.
Yes. So as you know, we started Arab IoT and AI challenge last year, and this is second year. And now we are announcing together Africa AI and IoT challenge that is supported by TEM Society, IEEE TEM Society. There will be a press release that will be published to make this announcement. And there is also another big announcement that will be announced now also by Dr. Isa. And I would like to have a 1 minute talk from Dr. Shadid and Hisham about the second program.
Okay, I think this is also very important. You know, we need to support entrepreneurs in the world, and it's very interesting. So we are going to start the soft landing program. And, you know, we like, maybe we can see if we can choose some here, some incubation centers or some entrepreneurship centers that they can actually soft land the foreign entrepreneurs. So we're going to help them to be successful. I think this would be the second announcement for this IEEE GC AIoT.
Dr. Shadid, if you like to say something, and Engineer Hisham, in 1 minute, please.
Yes, I would like to say just brief words. Thank you very much. This is an icon of how we can mobilize forces between different Arab countries. I would like only to thank a team who started this business 4 years ago, and the business of the conference is growing. I would like to thank Mohamed Aboud, Dr. Mustafa Nanai, Dr. Isa Bistaki, and all of the team who started the business of this conference since 2017. Thank you very much all. Dr. Mustafa Nanai, of course, is a pivot in starting this conference before 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Engineering Hisham from Idea Space.
Thank you so much for giving me the chance to speak. We are honored to be part of this conference and part of this initiative as Idea Space, and it is a very influential and important program. And we are honored to be collaborating with the Arab IoT and AI Challenge, with the Tasal and the Burj Al Arab Innovation Cluster, and the University of Dubai on bigger and greater things. And we are exploring now this soft landing program in which we can develop a stronger connection between startups in Egypt and UAE.
Thank you, Dr. Isa. Thank you, Engineer Hisham. Thank you, Dr. Mohammed Shadid. And now, by the ending of the closing ceremony, I will leave the floor for the moderators to close the session and also to give us a quick video about the last announcement, Africa AI and IoT channel. Thank you very much all. Thank you.
Now we have just a short video for the announcement of our expansion from Arab IoT and AI Challenge to Africa IoT and AI Challenge, which will be part of the conference next year, inshallah.
شكرا جزيلا. شكرا جزيلا. شكرا.
Thank you.
شكرا.
At the end, we'd like to thank all the ceremony attendees, speakers, conference board, and organizers. Looking forward to meeting you at the next edition of the conference within the activities of Dubai Expo at United Arab Emirates. Till then, please do not forget to follow up on our accounts on the different social media platforms to receive the conference updates.
Thank you.
Now we have the closing ceremony, the closing video for the conference, and our team would like to share with you a photo. Our volunteers who were behind the stage, this is part of the team. The other part was working with us. Thank you for all your time. We will play a video for 1 minute, and the closing ceremony is done, and meet you next year, inshallah.
Inshallah ta'ala.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to meeting you all physically in Dubai Expo 2021 in Dubai, in United Arab Emirates.
Thank you.
Is there a video? Are we done or is there a video?
I think we are done.
Oh, we are done?
Yeah, I don't think they.
Oh, okay.
I think
Let me see.
yeah.
This was it.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, they have left. Yes. Yeah. Goodbye to all of you. Thank you very much, everybody.
Goodbye. Pleasure working with you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.